Let's be honest. The Proverbs 31. Woman has been miscast as an impossible standard, a crushing checklist of endless hustle, perfect multitasking, and flawlessness. The result: exhaustion, paralysis, and the damaging whisper, "You are not enough." If her legacy leaves us feeling small, we are reading her story backward. Her real power was not in her hands, but in her heart. She wasn't just busy, she was purposeful. She wasn't just performing, she was becoming. It's time to stop chasing the myth. What is the core secret of her dignity, her financial foresight, and the legendary peace that allowed her to laugh at the time to come? We are here to unlock the blueprint for true, sustainable strength. She is not a literary tool designed to induce inadequacy. She is a powerful, poetic portrait of intentional living. We must discard the task-oriented view, the sowing, the trading, the rising early, and focus instead on her posture of the heart. Her life functions as a profound sermon on devotion, discipline, and godly impact. She is shouting a clear message. True power lies in building a legacy through the small, faithful choices of today, not merely seeking validation by checking boxes. Her story is not a condemnation of our imperfections. It is a decisive invitation to purpose. True nobility is found in identity, knowing who you are, not in performance or image. When faith anchors her actions and wisdom governs her decisions, the result is a life that is not only productive, but profoundly beautiful. This is why her presence is unforgettable, though her name is unknown. Her impact is generational, built one deliberate step at a time, requiring no loud platform to leave an everlasting mark. Imagine two women facing a global financial downturn. The first woman, highly successful by all external metrics, panics. Her wealth is tied to the market. Her identity is tied to her portfolio, and her future is dominated by fear. She loses sleep. She is consumed by worry because her worth is external. Now look at the Proverbs 31 woman. She is the second woman. The scripture says she is clothed with strength and dignity. Proverbs 31:25. And she is able to laugh at the time to come. This is the ultimate situation that defines her. This laughter is not naivete. It is the powerful sound of a soul that has achieved profound internal alignment. Her strength isn't muscle mass. It's moral fortitude, the spiritual resilience that keeps her values intact when panic rages around her. Her dignity is her quiet, self-assured confidence, unshaken by external circumstances, because she knows her true worth is fixed by her Creator, not by her creditors. This unparalleled peace, this laughter in the face of uncertainty, has one clear, non-negotiable source. All her skills, her legendary productivity, her sharp business sense, her compassionate generosity would be dangerous tools if they were not governed by the right master. The Bible cuts through all the noise and provides the ultimate clarity in verse 30. Charm is deceptive, and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. This is the entire ballgame. Her fear of the Lord is the spiritual engine of her life. It means she doesn't just respect God. She allows that reverence to dictate her actions, her investments, and her interactions. Without this ultimate anchor, her diligence would quickly become obsessive ambition. Her intelligence would breed pride, and her wealth would only fuel selfishness. Her dignity and strength are merely the beautiful outcomes of a heart wholly devoted to a purpose higher than her own success. This is the application. The moment we anchor our self-worth in the eternal, we gain the revolutionary capacity to laugh at any storm the future may bring. Imagine a typical morning in the ancient marketplace. Women are scrambling for the best prices, trading rumors, and dealing with scarcity. This is the background against which the Proverbs 31 woman operates, yet her actions are anything but typical. Her day doesn't begin with urgency, but with strategy. She rises while it is yet night. Proverbs 31:15. Not because she's rushing to catch up, but because her work is a planned act of proactive stewardship. The text describes her setting her household in order and then critically engaging in intentional labor. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. This is the core situation of her day. Her hands are busy, yes, but her heart is eager. Her work is an act of joy, not a burden of necessity. This is the fundamental difference between hustle and harmony. Her labor is sovereign, disciplined, and expresses the worth she already possesses, setting a standard that transforms routine effort into sacred duty. Now follow her out to the market. She isn't just selling. She is operating on a global scale. We see her buying a field and planting a vineyard complex, high-risk, long-term capital investments that require sophisticated financial modeling and negotiation. She is a diversified entrepreneur. She manages an export business, making and selling fine linen garments to generate active income, which she then uses to fund passive generational wealth, the vineyard, and the field. The situation here dismantles the dangerous myth that a woman committed to her faith must be financially timid or limited to domestic tasks. Her spiritual discipline is the very foundation for her business acumen. It makes her ethical, reliable, and visionary. She is not creating wealth for luxury. She is creating margin and security so her family can laugh at the famine that will inevitably come. Her strategic finance is simply the practical application of her internal wisdom. Finally, consider the domestic situation, her marriage. The ultimate testimony to her strategic consistency is found in her husband. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. Proverbs 31:11. This is the key relational situation. His trust is not a default setting. It is the earned consequence of her proven integrity and competence. He is free from worry about the household or the family finances because her record speaks for itself. This freedom allows him to sit among the elders at the city gate, pursuing his public calling and community leadership, confident that the heart of his home is secured by an unstoppable partner. The situation in this marriage is one of radical complementarity, not competition. Her strength isn't meant to diminish him. It is designed to enable him, and his respect in turn empowers her enterprise. They function as a secure dual-powered engine, turning individual effort into an undeniable generational legacy. Why does all her legendary productivity matter? Because her wealth is not a fortress, but a fountain. The entire engine of her success, the early rising, the savvy investments, is designed for a singular purpose: generosity. The text makes the breathtaking pivot. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. Proverbs 31:20. Consider the situation. The world teaches us to close our hands, to hoard resources, and build walls. That kind of wealth is a heavy chain. But the Proverbs 31, woman's hands strong from labor, are intentionally open. Her compassion is not a sporadic afterthought. It's the core feature of her business model. She creates strategic margin, part 3, specifically to share it. Her profitable linen trade doesn't just enrich her family, it funds her ministry to the marginalized, proving that ethical commerce and community care are two sides of the same sacred coin. Crucially, her generosity extends beyond material aid. She also speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. Proverbs 31:26. When people come to her, they receive more than bread. They receive sound, proven counsel. She doesn't just give a handout. She offers a hand up, empowering them through wisdom rooted in her fear of the Lord. Her prosperity is simply the visible proof that her life's compass is set correctly. Her work produces margin. That margin produces generosity, and that generosity produces her most enduring praise. The ultimate measure of this woman is not found in her busy schedule, but in the stable, secure legacy she leaves behind. Her final validation comes not from public acclaim, but from the most sacred and undeniable sources: her children and her husband. In the most honest verdict of any life, her children rise up and call her blessed. Proverbs 31:28. Her home was a garden of purpose, not a factory of stress. The deep respect of her family proves that her intentional living was a far more powerful inheritance than simple material wealth. Her husband, a respected elder, publicly confirms this. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Proverbs 31:29. This is the hard-earned respect of a true partner, seeing the integrity that connects her inner faith, part 2, to her outward actions, parts 3 and 4. This affirmation leads to the poem's final eternal contrast. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Proverbs 31:30. The world chases temporary things, looks fame superficial grace, but she invested in the one thing that yields eternal guaranteed returns, reverent faith. Her dignity and praise are the natural, unavoidable echo of a life committed to a purpose higher than self. She is the definitive blueprint for any woman seeking strength that lasts.